are ya? Welcome to Happy Rails to ya. My name is Hobo Pap, and I've been riding the rails looking for an adventure to share with you. Boy, have I got a story for you today. Let me find a place to rest these weary bones. We'll see what treasure I've got for you in my bindle. You know, my hobo sack. Come along. Welcome back to Hobo Pap's Hobo Jungle. It's so good to see you again. And I know you know that today is a very special day. We've been counting down the days the last few weeks with eerie train adventures. And now, today is the big day. It's Halloween. I tell you, I saved the best and the eeriest train adventure for last. This week's adventure is called All Aboard the Spooky Express. You better hop on, sit down, and hold on tight as this special train goes zipping through the dark sky on this Halloween night. Come along, let's read. All Aboard the Spooky Express. Written by Eric James and illustrated by Marcin Piwowarski. We were out trick-or-treating, my best friend and I, when we saw a huge shape swooping down from the sky. It circled around us on train tracks of mist. Then it came to a stop, and its large pistons hissed. What a marvelous train, engine black as the night. All its carriages glowed with a ghostly green light. And we both held our breath when its loud whistle blew, for the sound that it made was a ghastly whoo, whoo. The door opened wide. A conductor appeared with a cheery old smile that was not to be feared. He said, "Spooky Express, hop aboard, take a ride." How exciting, we thought, and we climbed up inside. We looked all around. What a wonderful sight. We saw ghosts to our left. We saw ghouls to our right. There were mummies and tatters, and witches in hats, and ogres and werewolves, and vampire bats. There were bony old skeletons towering in size, and alien creatures with bright, bulging eyes. A voice on the speaker said, "Please hold on tight." Then the train gave a lurch and launched into the night. We glided along through a dark, stormy sky, and we watched as the streets far below us whizzed by. We zipped over cities with all their bright lights. We glimpsed roads and rivers from dizzying heights. The ride was fantastic, but where were we going? We sped ever onward with no signs of slowing. "Next stop, the lagoon," said the train's engineer. "Make room for the creatures who'll swim aboard here." He slammed on the brakes, and I thought we would crash, but we dropped like a stone, and the whole train went splash. We left the lagoon for another strange stop up a really tall building on the side near the top. Then inside a mountain where big ogres dwell. Then down in old sewers. Oh, the sewer folk smell. As we raced to our next stop, the train turned too fast, and I saw through the window a pumpkin whiz past. The ghost started howling. "What happened?" I said. "We're doomed," cried a witch. "That's the engineer's head." If the engineer's headless, he can't steer the train, for his head's where he keeps both his eyes and his brain. He yanked levers forward, he jerked levers back. The train started wobbling all over the track. We swerved around buildings, we darted past trees. The speed of the turns made us weak at the knees. While everyone panicked, I stood up and said, with the help of some friends, we can go get that head. Miss Witch, I said calmly, your broom, if I may. Miss Spider, Miss Dragon, let's go save the day. The engineer's head was somewhere in the park. Miss Dragon, I said, will you light up the dark? It's there, said my friend. It's directly below, but it's down in the mud, and it's stuck there. Oh, no! I turned to Miss Spider. Please spin us some thread. I've got an idea. We will lasso that head. We twirled it around, threw it over the top, and we pulled the head free with a squelch and a pop. Then back we all flew through the wind and the rain with the pumpkin containing the engineer's brain. With his head in our hands, we jumped back on the train and we stuck his head onto his shoulders again. He pulled a few levers, the ghost train slowed down. Do you know where we were? We were back in our town. The ghost started howling, this time with delight, and the gnomes hugged an alien a little too tight. The wizard shot sparks that were orange and green, and they cried, well done, children, you've saved Halloween. We'd be stuck on this train had you not been so daring, but now we can stop in each town and go scaring. We jumped off the train, none the worse for our fright. This had certainly been the best Halloween night. The train started moving, its large pistons hissed. It circled around us on train tracks of mist. It launched itself skyward, its loud whistle blew, and the sound that it made was a friendly woo, woo. Happy Halloween. The end. That's all aboard the Spooky Express. Woo! I told you I'd save the best and the eeriest train adventure for Halloween Day. And I wasn't pulling your leg, now was I? That train ride was quite a thrill and enough to get your heart racing. At least I know it got my heart to racing. Well, I hope you enjoyed this adventure and the other eerie train adventures the last couple of weeks. It'll soon be time for you to get your costume on and hit the streets for trick-or-treating. I hope you've got a fun costume and you don't scare everyone too bad. As I often tell you how dangerous it is to be around the railroads and to never cross over the tracks without adult supervision. It's the same as you're out trick-or-treating tonight. Be sure to stay with an adult, look both ways before crossing the street, be polite and say thank you when someone gives you a treat, and most of all, have fun. Happy Halloween to you, and until next time, so long. Thank you for joining me for today's adventure. I hope you enjoyed. Always remember, continue riding the rails of your imagination, as it will take you on an endless number of adventures around the world. Until next time, this is Hobo Pap saying so long as I go hop on a rattler in search of our next adventure. Happy reels to you.